Okay, so now let's apply our unit circle. So we're gonna do example 4 and part of example 6. So it just depends on the ones that we're gonna do is just in degrees for now, okay? So example 4, we want the sine of 120 degrees. So I'm gonna go back up to my unit circle, I'm gonna find 120 and it's the sine, so I want the y coordinate there. So that would be right there, the root 3 over 2, okay? You can check it by typing it right into your calculator, okay? Cosine of 270 is going to be the x coordinate at 270, so that would be 0. Tangent 45 is going to be 1. Tangent of 300 is negative root 3. Makes the tangents a lot easier once you get them memorized. Now, if you don't have them memorized, you can always take your coordinate point, like for tangent of 300, and I could have done my y coordinate over my x coordinate, flipped and multiplied. So I'd have negative root 3 times 2 over 2, and see, I could also get the negative 3 there if I didn't want to memorize my tangents. The sine of 135 is going to be the y coordinate there, so that's root 2 over 2. Cosine of 150 is the x coordinate there, so that's negative root 3 over 2. Okay, now we're going to skip example 5 because we're going to talk about that next time, but let's come down here and look at example 6. Okay, so this is where our coterminal ones come in. So if I'm looking at part B, which is cosine of negative 90, well, I know from 11.3 that negative angles, we start at 0 and we rotate clockwise instead of our normal counterclockwise. So negative 90 is coterminal here with 270. So negative 90 is going to have the same coordinate because they end together as the 270. So if I want the cosine of negative 90, I want the x coordinate there. So that's going to be the same as the x coordinate at 270, again, because they're coterminal. So that would be 0. Okay, tangent of 225, that one's just a normal one. You could either memorize that tangent or do that y over x thing. That's going to be 1. Let's look at cosine of 390. Well, let's start by trying to figure out the coterminal angle. So if I subtract 360 from 390, I know that I'm looking for the cosine at 30 degrees. So 390 is like if I rotate a whole circle, but then 30 degrees more. So this 30 degrees here is coterminal with 390, so they have the same coordinate. So cosine of 390 would be the x coordinate there, so that's going to be the root 3 over 2. And the last one, negative 900, okay, that one is pretty big, so we'll have to probably add 360 a couple times just to see. So if I add 360 to the negative 90, then that would be the coterminal angle is negative 540. Okay, that's not quite on our unit circle yet. Let's add another 360. That would be coterminal with negative 180, I think. Yep, 180. And then add another 360. So we want cosine of 180. All negative 900, negative 540, negative 180, and 180 are all coterminal. So they all end together, meaning they all have the same coordinate point because they end at the same spot. So the sine of negative 900 is going to be the same as the sine of 180. So sine is y coordinate, so we'll go to the y coordinate at 180, which would make that 0. Okay, thank you.